Hey everybody, Shaman here. You know, when I make a video like this one, it's because something happened with people I'm working with in some capacity, and I just want to share some generalized information. I say generalized information because um, everything depends on so many other things, and there's no absolutes about how to proceed with things and so on. I know that's real vague. Let me see if I can be even more vague, right? People are beautifully complex. And I've said that many times. And that's one of the reasons I love my work. Because just when you think you've seen it all, you get something else that's a really interesting surprise in many ways that usually has you go on a different journey and learning even more. I tell all my students, apprentices, and so on, just never ever think you got things figured out, because even after as long as I've been doing this, I still get surprised. Because the human mind wants to be able to figure things out. It's the curiosity, it gives us the illusion that by understanding something, we're a little bit more in control of it, or ourselves, or our destiny, whatever. No, not even remotely close. Because a lot of times we make these conclusions about how things are, and it makes sense. We think we got it figured out, but no. And we have to guard against the process of coming up with an answer and believing that's the truth. We can act on that. However, there's been so many things that can happen. They believed a long time ago, I'm sure, if you go into water, you'll die. You'll just disappear under the surface until somebody figured out how to swim. The same thing with flying, the 8-minute mile. There's been so many times where humans broke past, sailing over the horizon. You'll fall off the edge of the earth. And even today in the 21st century, people believe that the earth is flat. But when it comes to the intricacies of deeper shamanism, and when I say deeper, I mean even deeper level 1. Shamanism 101 can have its complexities. And people will take their laws of nature, per se, and apply them into other realms. No, don't do that. And again, it goes back into why ancient cultures, the higher level shamans, just didn't share all the information with everybody. It was like handing out guns at the daycare center. I use that metaphor a lot because it happens. You can't, you can give people kind of a vague roadmap of, like, if you want to get to here and understand these things, go down this road, do these things this way, don't vary. As we're doing this study program, here's some basic laws of the environment that you're going into. Don't break those laws just yet until you fully understand them. But no, that won't happen. And I understand that because I did the same thing in my younger years. I'm like, yeah, I got to figure it out. And the reason that we've evolved as humans is people took those chances, but there were consequences in the learning curves. Some people can get through these consequences of learning curves just great. Those are the ones historically who have been leaders, conquerors, explorers, pioneers, innovators, inventors, because they just believed in themselves. They wanted to give it that one last shot. They just wanted to explore a little deeper than everybody else did. But not everybody survives that. And the other thing of it is when people are together as a group, as relationships, as some kind of collective in some exploratory effort that just feels fun, seems cool to do, whatever, not everybody handles that journey or that ride the same way. And then, of course, somebody else will want to go ahead and adapt, modify correctional procedures and so on, and it just escalates and dominoes into bigger, greater effects, which takes even more drastic and complex maneuvers to rectify, if at all possible, and get out of virtually unscathed. When I or anybody I'm working with in a teaching capacity, give you guys instructions to do things, do them the way that I or we instructed you to do. Stay within the performance boundaries. We do this for a reason. We want to get you to be as powerful as you can be. We want to get you to be unique into your truth and your shamanic skills with little damage in the process. Energies are kind of like life signatures. Everything wants to live, improve, grow, prosper, be stronger, procreate, and spread around. That's just one of the beautiful things about life on Earth. It's prolific. Everything got this determination to live and thrive and do whatever it wants to do. Good and bad. Again, perceptions of reality, good and bad. In short, and I will add that this particular time in our history, I have seen advances, happen faster than I normally do in people. And this can lead into, more encouraging, efforts to strive farther and faster, which is great. It just means that, it's like if you were used to being in a bicycle and you get into a car, you have to be ahead of the car in your mind. And I learned this as becoming a pilot, adding other dimensions to travel. It says I really have to, my situational awareness has to be unflawed. I can only imagine what these guys do in fighter jets. I mean, it's so far ahead of the airplane in the moment. And it's easy to miscalculate just something small, and then the domino and cascade effects of disaster just quickly unfold, as it does in the shamanic realms, especially working with other consciousness as allies, as travel partners, pioneering partners. And for some reason, people always want to believe, while they even choose fear the most, they want to believe that most of the consciousness they work with are going to be some beneficial ally. Not always so. Again, the perceived realities of the other consciousness, spirits, entities that you're working with, they're different than yours. They have their different agendas. They have their different performance capabilities and methodologies and so on that may not be compatible with everything that you want to do with them. And the residual effect from the constants, the constant of the entity that you're working with, power that you're working with, can be completely different than yours. And your surrounding, in the other people within your group, whether it's just one other person or more. So many other things need to be taken into consideration, and the rectifying effects and efforts made by the younger people in shamanism can also be distractions, products from the other participants, the other entities and consciousness, to make you feel like you had a victory. Not always true. It's and I understand why a lot of even my colleagues just go, no, dude, I just teach New Age shit. I cash out. It's just too much liability. It's too much of a headache. It's just too much time, and seemingly wasted effort, because you give people great information and they basically just shit on it. Do the yeah but series, or go for instant gratification, or, oh, whoa, it felt so cool and I had these great experiences. Yeah, I'm sure you did. Wait till we turn the page. So it's a fine line. And with someone in my position, it's like, you totally get why people do what they do, whether I've done it or I've seen other people do it, and they don't see what's coming down the line. And when I try to explain that, I get more of the yeah but theory, but okay. And finally I just back up. I'm just going to let you hit the wall. We're going to see what kind of a pile up this makes. And then when you finally say, all right, I really don't know what I'm doing, I'm sorry, help me clean this up. Yeah, I'll give it a shot with you. No guarantees, no promises, no denials. But you guys, to save that kind of a learning this is why when you're signing up for the courses, we want to get you into this, and that's why I spend a lot of time texting, emails, talking to people on the phone while I'm doing other things, to have you be clear on these things. But you have to be totally honest with me or the other people I'm working with in this teaching capacity. Otherwise, if you're hiding little details, you're not telling us the whole truth, and we make our assessment on face value of the information you gave us, and then you're like, oh, well, yeah, I guess I should have told you, but I didn't. Yeah, more wasted time, more things that could have been corrected are not. More complications arise, which takes more effort to undo. So you have to just, from the beginning, tell me everything, even if you think it's not important. I don't want to go, no, I'm just going to stop there. You know, yeah, I am going to just stop there and let that go. Yeah, you see, I don't edit my videos, right? You know, I'm just not that good at it, and I really don't see the point. I'm going to leave it here, and I'm going to catch you guys later.